obviously a prolific day statistically, but
Yeah.
as Coach was saying, a lot to learn from too. Probably not exactly the performance you guys wanted. How do you evaluate it?
Yeah, not stats are one thing, but we're focused on winning, and a win's a win. We'll say that, but there's a lot we need to improve on.
What areas?
I think just finishing, not beating ourselves up. More explosive plays, so we're not in as many third downs, and just being efficient. I feel like we beat ourselves in a lot, and they did a great job as well. But it was just strenuous at times.
Dillon, you've gotten used to playing in season openers now and gotten used to playing your first game with new teams. How does this one compare to some of the other ones you've had in your collegiate career?
Yeah, different for sure, but great time being in Autzen. But you sit back and you look now. There's a bunch on tape you want back and you want to continue to improve on.
What happened on each of the sacks?
Yeah, I think on the sacks, sack fumble, of course on my end. Just got to have two hands on it. Of course, would like to get the ball out as well, but that happened, and it can't happen. And then, the other one on third, just would like that back to get the ball out on time in that, hole with that pressure, or even just get to the progression a little quicker. So, like I said, it can't happen, but we got to be better.
How would you assess the operation pre-snap with Charlie?
Solid. I think we bit ourselves in the foot with the alignments with two explosive plays to get us going, and you don't know what play it's going to be that could be the difference, but you look back now and there's just things pre-snap that we need to clean up, shifts, movements, motions, it's things that you got to be clean at, and there's no excuse. So. Hand's good. I guess I had my real moment of not wearing the red jersey, but it is what it is. It's football too, so it just comes with it. Little ice, little ointment, you're good.
The finger?
Hand, I just hit his head, but I'm good. Played through it. We're solid.
How do you feel like you connected with Tez?
Good. I think we did some good in creating completions, taking the easy money, and I think that was a highlight of the day for sure.
Knowing what this offense is capable of, is there a little bit of disappointment that you guys didn't get to show as much to do?
Yeah, I wouldn't say disappointment. It's just more like, gosh, we're explosive. We got a lot of weapons, and I think at times we bit ourselves in the foot, and it was strenuous. When it didn't have to be. So, we'll look back on it and need to get better. Practice got to look a certain way. There's got to be a certain energy because that just can't happen.
You have another opportunity back here at Autzen next weekend on that Saturday. What excites you about that matchup against Boise State? That's just over a week away.
Yeah, excitement is we can get better. Have a great week of practice. Like I said, it's got to look a certain way. And going into there, can't take any opponent lightly, and I don't think we did so. But like I said, execution, pre-snap penalties, just there's no excuse for it.
How nice is it to have a defense like yours that when you have not your A game as an offense, you can still rely on them?
Yeah, thank God for them. We put them in a tough spot, and I don't want to be a broken record for you guys, but that can't happen. You know what I mean? They play their butt off and create two turnovers in timely matters, and then we have 2 4th down conversions that didn't go our way, which turned into points or put them in a bad spot. So. Yeah, like I said, you look at that and it can't happen.
How much of your running or not running is your discretion versus is this by design that you either don't want to or they don't want you to run that trade?
I don't think that's a thing at all. I think when you are forced to run, then you do so, but you don't want to move unnecessarily as well within the pocket. So I think when everything clears out and there's nothing. There's moving your feet, but then also we have great running backs that we utilize in different ways where we do get numbers back in the run game. But I don't think it's a thing that I can't run. Shoot, I ran a bunch. I think it's just a certain way and getting touches to certain people as well.
What made it tough to get the ball downfield, passing, and what are keys to kind of improving there?
Yeah, definitely something that we want to do more of. just the opportunity to present itself in certain times. But we have vertical threats. We have guys that can run, so definitely something we want to do as well.
They playing a lot of too high shell.
Yeah, they had a bunch of cloud going into it. I think that's why, naturally whenever they're taken away, there's things you take advantage of. And, I thought we did that well at times, and then thought at times we, didn't execute on our end. And, that starts with me. It starts with, get the boys going and not being in strenuous drives, that feel like you got to be perfect.
You weren't here last year, obviously, but no one missed most of last year. What is it like for a guy to get out there? And I mean, you can obviously relate to it, missing seasons with injuries and then getting back out there. What is it like to see a guy like Noah just run around like that?
Yeah, just happy for him. I think, you see him from January putting all the work, and I think he's, definitely doing work before then. But his journey individually, just respect all the hard work he put in. And then when you see him be able to have that time, out and play, real game time, it's special. You don't ever take that for granted. And thought he did an amazing job as well. The runs on the perimeter, downhill runs, thought he did really well.
Coach Lanning speaks to your leadership, the way you lead this team. What was your message to them throughout the game, where maybe things weren't clicking in the right moments, not going how you're picturing it? What did you kind of remind your team, instill in them at the game around?
Yeah, it's a tough message, right? Initially you're like, let's just get a drive going. Let's not beat ourselves. Let's fix it. You know what I mean? Let's change, kind of the script of how things are going. But when it continually happens at times, you just got to be on it, and find solutions. And things aren't always going to go your way. But I pride myself on being a solution guy, not emotional, and just trying to have efficient drives and then scores.
Now that it's after a game, focus of the next 24 hours in terms of what's your process and how much of that process involves others. Like, do you have like a 7 a.m. meeting set with Charlie to go over film? Like, are you that kind of guy, or do you want to look at it yourself? Is there something you're already looking to focus on? What's that look like for you?
What's cool is having the tablets. You get to watch a little bit of it. So in game, you get to do that. But I'll definitely take another look. We'll have family dinner at my house, and I'll be on my iPad, just kind of go through the drives. Then I'll wake up in the morning. We'll do it again. Whether Coach Stein or QBs, and then, we'll do it as a unit, and we'll continue to break it down. But, I think you look at certain drives, there's certain plays that, lead up to that play that, you wouldn't even be in that situation. And the truth is the difference is within, 5 to 10 plays. Mm-hmm. And, you look back on it, it's like, how do you not put yourself in that position? Or when you're in that position, how do you execute and find a way to prolong the drive and finish with the score? So, that's kind of how my next 24 hours will be.
Is that what makes today so frustrating? Is 5 plays go a different way and we're not having any kind of this narrative?
Yeah, I think it's more frustrating because we have a standard for ourselves and how we want to play. Like I said, whenever you look at the film, there's good, there's bad, there's things you want to improve on. But you got to take it, with that and not be too emotional. Of course, that's not, what we want to display, but that's the reality of it. So, like I said, practice got to look a certain way. The way we, head into meetings. Not saying it wasn't, but you're only as good as your last performance. So how do you fix that and be better the next week?
Do you see any benefit
Last question.
a wake-up call like this in the first game of your season, where you kind of realize that, hey, we may not be as good as we think we are, and we need to buckle down?
We'd like to say yes and no. I want to give you a real answer in that, but no, but yes. So that's kind of my mixed answer. No being you don't want it ever to be like that and strenuous, but yes, we found a way to win, and you were put into certain situations where 2-minute end of half, 2-minute or 4-minute end of game, where we could have definitely been better, and then you get all these situations within a game. So yes on that end, no, and you don't want to be in those situations.
All right, thanks, Dillon.